Imagine a city ripped in two, a place where a wall of concrete and steel stands as a brutal reminder of division. A concrete barrier slicing through neighborhoods, families, lives. It wasn't just a structure. It was a wound that bled through the heart of Berlin. This was Berlin, Germany, for almost 3 decades. From 1961 to 1989, the Berlin Wall stood as a grim sentinel watching over a divided city. The Berlin Wall, a monument to division, stood as a stark symbol of the Cold War. It was more than just a physical barrier, it was a psychological one, representing the ideological chasm between East and West. This wasn't just a wall, it was a scar, it was a prison. It held people captive, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. The world watched, holding its breath as East and West stood on the brink. The tension was palpable, a constant reminder of the fragile peace that hung in the balance. The war was a physical manifestation of the ideological Iron Curtain, separating communist East Germany from the democratic West. It was a line drawn in concrete, barbed wire and fear. It was a powerful reminder of the fragility of peace and the human cost of oppression. Each cross, each memorial told a story of a life lost, a dream shattered. The story of the Berlin Wall is a story of fear and desperation. People risked everything for a chance at freedom, for a chance to reunite with loved ones, but it is also a story of courage. The courage of those who dared to dream of a world without walls, who chipped away at the concrete with their bare hands. It's a story of hope. The hope that one day the walls that divide us can be torn down, that we can come together as one. It is a story about the human spirit's unyielding desire for freedom, a spirit that ultimately triumphed. The fall of the Berlin Wall was not just the end of a physical barrier, but the beginning of a new era of unity and peace. The seeds of division were sown in the ashes of World War II. A shattered Germany, defeated and occupied, became a pawn in a new global struggle. The United States and its allies championed democracy and capitalism in the West. The Soviet Union, with its iron fist, imposed communism in the East. Germany, once a unified nation, was cleaved in two. Berlin, the historic capital, found itself deep within Soviet-controlled East Germany. This island of Western freedom, a beacon of hope behind the Iron Curtain, became a source of tension. The Soviets feared an exodus. East Germans, yearning for freedom and opportunity, fled to the West in droves. This brain drain threatened the very existence of the East German state. Something had to be done. A drastic solution was needed. The night of August 13th, 1961, changed Berlin forever. Under the cover of darkness, East German troops and construction crews moved with chilling efficiency. Barbed wire unspooled, streetlights went dark, and the clang of hammers echoed through the night. When dawn broke, a city stood divided. The Berlin Wall, a crude barrier at first, evolved into a sophisticated and deadly system. Concrete slabs, guard towers, and shoot-to-kill orders became the new normal. Families and friends were torn apart, their city transformed into a concrete cage. The wall became a symbol of oppression and a stark reminder of the human cost of the Cold War. It stood as a testament to the lengths to which a regime would go to maintain control, but behind the concrete, the human spirit refused to be silenced. Life in East Berlin was a study in contrasts. Daily routines played out against a backdrop of surveillance and fear. The watchful eyes of the Stasi, the East German secret police, were everywhere. Informants lurked in every corner, whispering secrets and shattering trust. Escape became an obsession. Desperate souls sought freedom, risking everything for a chance to breathe free. Tunnels were dug, documents forged, and daring escapes were attempted across fortified borders. Some made it, many did not. The wall may have divided a city, but it could not extinguish the human spirit's yearning for freedom. Behind the Iron Curtain, hope flickered. The dream of a unified Germany, a world without walls, lived on. Section 5. Cracks in the facade. By the late 1980s, the Soviet bloc teetered on the brink. Economic stagnation, political repression, and a growing desire for freedom had ignited a firestorm of discontent across Eastern Europe. The Berlin Wall, once a symbol of Soviet might, now represented a crumbling empire's weakness. Protests erupted in East German cities demanding reforms and an end to travel restrictions. The chant, "Wir wollen raus," "We want out," echoed through the streets. The courage of ordinary citizens, risking everything for freedom, inspired the world. The Berlin Wall, once seemingly invincible, began to crumble under the weight of its own contradictions. The world watched with bated breath, sensing that history was about to turn a page. The question was no longer if the wall would fall, but when. Section 6. Winds of Change. In Moscow, a new wind of change was blowing. Mikhail Gorbachev, the reform-minded Soviet leader, ushered in an era of glasnost, or openness, and perestroika, or restructuring. His policies, intended to revitalize the Soviet Union, inadvertently loosened the grip on its satellite states. Gorbachev's reforms had unintended consequences. They emboldened reformers across Eastern Europe and emboldened those yearning for change. Pressure mounted on the East German government to ease travel restrictions and open its borders. The world held its breath. Could the Cold War really be thawing? Could decades of division be coming to an end? The answer would soon come, not from politicians and diplomats, but from the streets of Berlin. Section 7, November 9th, a night of miracles. November 9th, 1989 began like any other day in Berlin, but by nightfall, the world would witness an event that defied belief. An announcement by an East German official, seemingly routine, contained a bombshell. East Germans would be allowed to cross into West Berlin. Confusion reigned, then jubilation. Thousands surged towards the wall, demanding passage. Border guards, overwhelmed and unsure, hesitated. Then the unthinkable happened. The gates swung open. That night, the Berlin Wall effectively ceased to exist. East and West Berliners, separated for decades, embraced in tears and laughter. The world watched in awe as a symbol of oppression crumbled before their very eyes. It was a night for the history books, a victory for freedom over tyranny. Section 8. A world transformed. The fall of the Berlin Wall sent shockwaves across the globe. It was a moment that transcended borders and ideologies, capturing the imagination of millions. The wall, which had stood as a symbol of division and oppression for nearly 3 decades, was finally coming down. It marked the beginning of the end for the Cold War, paving the way for the reunification of Germany and the collapse of the Soviet Empire. The world watched in awe as families and friends separated for so long were finally able to embrace each other. The air was filled with a sense of euphoria and disbelief. The world, for a brief moment, dared to dream of a future without walls. It was a time when anything seemed possible, and the barriers that had divided humanity for so long appeared to be crumbling. The fall of the Berlin Wall was not just a political event. It was a profound human experience that touched the hearts of people everywhere. The impact of that momentous night in Berlin continues to resonate today. The remnants of the wall stand as a powerful reminder of the past, while the vibrant, unified city of Berlin symbolizes the hope and resilience of the human spirit. The fall of the Berlin Wall has become a defining moment in modern history, a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring desire for freedom. It serves as a potent reminder of the power of hope, the importance of freedom, and the enduring human spirit that yearns to break down barriers. The Berlin Wall's fall was a victory for all who believe in the possibility of a better world, where people are not defined by the walls that separate them, but by the bridges they build. The Berlin Wall's legacy is a testament to the idea that even the most formidable walls can crumble when confronted by the unstoppable force of human aspiration. It is a story of courage and determination, of ordinary people coming together to achieve something extraordinary. The fall of the Berlin Wall reminds us that no barrier is insurmountable when people unite for a common cause. The story of the Berlin Wall is a story for the ages. It is a narrative that continues to inspire and teach us valuable lessons about the importance of unity, perseverance, and the unyielding quest for freedom. The Berlin Wall may have been a physical structure, but its fall represents the breaking down of ideological and emotional barriers that had kept people apart for too long. It is a story of division and reunification, of oppression and liberation. The Berlin Wall's history is a poignant reminder of the struggles faced by those who lived under its shadow and the triumphs of those who fought for its fall. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring belief in a better future. It is a story that reminds us that even in our darkest hours, hope can bloom and walls can fall. The legacy of the Berlin Wall continues to inspire generations, reminding us that no matter how high the walls may seem, they can always be brought down by the collective will and unwavering hope of the people. Section 9. Echoes of freedom. The Berlin Wall may be gone, but its legacy lives on. It was more than just a physical barrier. It was a symbol of the ideological divide that split not only a city but the entire world. The concrete and barbed wire that once stood tall have now been replaced by memories and lessons that continue to resonate. It serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of division and the importance of tearing down barriers, both physical and ideological. The wall's existence was a testament to the lengths to which regimes will go to maintain control, and its fall was a powerful statement of the human spirit's resilience. Its fall reminds us that even the most entrenched systems of oppression can crumble when confronted by the unyielding desire for freedom. The images of protesters gathering, the sound of hammers chipping away at the concrete, and the tears of joy as families were reunited are etched into the collective memory of humanity. Today, as we face new challenges and divisions, the echoes of that historic night in Berlin continue to inspire us. The wall's collapse was not just a moment in time, it was a movement that showed the world that change is possible, even when it seems out of reach. The Berlin Wall stands as a monument to the human spirit's enduring power to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. It is a reminder that no matter how high the walls, how deep the trenches, or how strong the opposition, the desire for freedom and unity can prevail. It is a testament to the enduring belief that freedom, once achieved, must be cherished, protected, and extended to all. The celebrations that followed the wall's fall were not just about the end of an era, they were about the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The fall of the Berlin Wall was a victory for humanity. It was a moment when the world came together to celebrate the triumph of hope over fear, unity over division, and freedom over oppression. Let us never forget its lessons. The wall's history is a powerful reminder of what can happen when we allow fear and division to dictate our actions. But it is also a beacon of hope, showing us that no matter how dark the times, there is always a path to the light. Let us continue to strive for a world without walls, a world where freedom reigns supreme. The legacy of the Berlin Wall is a call to action for all of us to work towards a future where every person can live in peace, free from oppression and division.